Howdy all Muglax Lives. I think it's time to play a little 7 Days to Die. Oh man. Alright, so I'm headed back out to town. Gonna do a little shopping. Or, scavenging. Guess not shopping. Was actually started this recording earlier, but got interrupted. Surprise visit by my niece and nephew. Wasn't aware they were coming over. And so they're headed out and about at 9 o'clock at night. I didn't think the store was open this late, so I don't know what they think they're going to do. Get back. I know 9 o'clock at night, right, is not when the store should be closed, but our stores have... I'm pretty sure they shut down at 8 now, thanks to the old pandemic. Yep. No, they, my brother's youngest is off to college tomorrow, and so we'd got her a bunch of stuff for college, and she came over and got almost all of it, and then right after she left, the delivery guy showed up with one last thing, and so she came back to get it today. And then my nephew was having some issues with his computer, so I was trying to help him out with that before they left. But yeah, so I wanted to talk today about Final Fantasy VII Remake. Spoilers, can't talk about without spoilers, so spoilers will abound. I'm enjoying it quite a bit. In fact, I get done with this, I'll probably go back to playing it some more tonight. I think it is not what I was expecting. It's actually, I like how I was going to go west to get to that town, and then somehow started going northeast again. It's called a remake, but I don't think I would call it a remake. It's very um, I I don't know if it's a sequel, but it's definitely not the original game. Oh right, I was like, that's some weird stuff to be in a nest, but that wasn't a nest. Why are there no eggs in these nests? Did you eat all the eggs, man? I need those. So I don't have the ability. Wow, I can't hit this guy. I don't have the ability to make a vehicle yet or make decent food. And I think food is probably going to have to come before vehicle. So if I can find some recipes for food, then I will go for vehicle. I know I said last time I needed to get some conveyance. But when I started today, they said I was so hungry that my stamina was reduced, and I'd eat like most of my canned food, trying to get my health or my food levels up to a decent level. So, so the plan today is to get food. Oh, is this a school? Navisgain. Home of the Navisgain survivors. This is a school. School might be a good place to get books. So I'm definitely going to have to go in here. Oh, your head came off. And check for books, right? And I'm probably gonna get killed, so I definitely want to drop a bed before we get in here. So yeah, so maybe you've never played 7 Days to Die or 7 Days to Die. Ha 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 ha. Final Fantasy 7. But it's a good game. It's not necessarily the top Final Fantasy for me. I know it is for a lot of people. But which is why there's such a big demand, I guess, for the remake. A lot of the games have been remade in this style over the years. Like Final Fantasy 3, the newest version is way different from the original version, and uh, and they've got some HD remakes, and I don't know that you can even get a copy of the original Final Fantasy at this point, unless you know, get it off eBay or something. They don't have that anymore. They've changed it. Not too much, but enough to make it a much easier game than when I played it originally. I was talking to my nephew about the fact that he was like, "Look, I could play the original Final Fantasy." I'm like, "Can you run?" Yeah. I'm like, "Do you have magic points? Or are you limited on the number of spells you can cast each level?" Magic points. I'm like, "Okay, that's not the original Final Fantasy then, buddy. That's the remake." And but not that that stops it from being any less fun. Don't get me wrong. I'm not like, "Oh, don't play that. I'm a purist." I'm not a purist. I'm quite happy with the changes they made to the original Final Fantasy because, whew, there is nothing more infuriating than casting a high-end spell and then having your one of your other people kill it first and having your very limited spell slots vanish because there's nothing for them to cast it on. Uh, uh, it happens in this new Final Fantasy remake a little bit too, which I thought was crazy. Um, Except that it's a much more actiony game, and so um, missing casting a spell against something that's not there is not a big deal. Uh, and not like original Final Fantasy. Oh, that's just an open door to the outside. I'm looking for classrooms. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So, I think that pain pill actually will give me some health, right? Yes, 40 health. So the game itself is plays different, quite a bit different. I guess you can set it to be like the old style ish. Not quite, but kind of. Um, I've been playing it with just the new version of combat. It's very action oriented. You got this ATB points, I think is what it is, that build up, same as in the original, and then you can issue a command, but you don't need commands to do like basic attacks. And so most of my combat is just basic attacks. It plays a little closer to 15, I guess, in that regard. Uh, Except I feel like this is more. It plays a lot like 15, I guess, but I don't know. I feel less harried in this version than I did in 15. Ah, oh, dang it. I thought I might get him staggered before he hit me. Jeez. I missed one punch. What do we get here? We got recoil. Nice. And I don't use the spear, so that one's not as useful to me. But yeah, so far I'm digging it. I don't quite understand all of it. I do need to figure out how summons work. I don't understand that system at all. It is very, very weird to me on how to get the summons bar to come out and start filling up. But yeah, no, it's a thoroughly enjoyable combat system so far, and well, like I said, it's very different from the old school that I'm used to. The storyline, though, is enough different that it's not the same game. Uh, I like it's been a long time since I played the original, so I could be misremembering how things work in that game. But I'm fairly certain that some of the things that are happening were not in there, and I know that. Oh, look at lots of books. I know, like for sure, there's this thing with phantoms. I don't understand. Wait, where did that guy come from? I walked through here, right? That guy just stood up off the ground like he'd been there the whole time. I didn't step over. What'd you guys do? Respawn? I don't appreciate that. Oh, dang it. It's a cheaty game. So, I guess there's a different storyline going on as well with the stuff that is the same. And so, like, it starts out basically the same way. You're ex-soldier. You've been hired as a mercenary to help a terrorist group named Avalanche blow up reactors because the reactors are draining the life force of the planet and everything around the reactors is dying. And so maybe he fell down from above? That must be what happens. He fell down from above. Oh, no. It ain't one thing, it's another. And so that's the same. That's how it originally started and stuff. But then when you get to the actual reactor, um, it's very similar. You get in there and you fight this scorpion robot, right? I remember that guy from the original. Um, but then when you get to a point, you set the timer on the reactor. I don't remember if that's in the original reactor because they do go after two reactors, and so I don't remember what the deal is because in my head I definitely am combining them if there is two. What do we got here? Uh, time charges. Interesting. And this one is something I already have. And right, we already searched that. So there's nothing in that one. And then this is sealed off. So it looks like we gotta go up and over because there's a ladder right here. I assume this is to jump over here. All right, where's the buzzards? You know, so I mean, basically, it plays out the same. I'm sure the dialogue is different, uh, and so all of that was pretty much the same, leading up to blowing up the reactor. I mean, basically the same. I really do think a lot of the dialogue is different, and everything's a cutscene now. There's so much cutscene in this thing. It might as well have been a movie instead of a game. It's heavy cutscene, just all the time. You're in a cutscene, and oh, did I go up a level? Q. I don't think I did though. I think that's my death penalty showing there. Which I could understand how to get away from if there was an easy way to restore my health, but I have zero way basically to restore my health, it feels like at the moment. You used to get a little more health back from eating, I thought, keeping your health full and stuff, but that seems to be gone now. So that doesn't help me. I think that's where I came out, right? Don't, jeez. Please don't fall down in there. You know you're trying really hard. Oop. But then once you blow up the reactor, then the game gets really weird. And basically starts a new storyline. I guess as you're blowing up the reactor, Cloud has a lot more hallucinations, and like some of the people have memories of other versions of the events that are taking place. And so they're definitely in some kind of parallel world time loop thing at this point. And but I'm digging it. It's pretty good. Oh, and then they got the whole Phantom thing that I just don't understand what's happening. Okay, so we've got this here, and we've got this here. And it looks to me like this is... This got me on the other side, right? Yeah. But one of the characters is this woman named Aerith. And, oh, shoot. I thought there was something behind me. She's pretty important to the original storyline. And so far, it's... When you're leaving the first reactor, you bump into her. Old game and new game. And I want to see, did I get a skill point? I do. Okay. I'm going to hold off, though, until I'm done searching this place, because I don't know if I'll find the books I need to unlock. Where did you come from? I'm getting really tired of the zombie respawns or whatever is happening here. Oh, she's probably just... No, I don't know where she came from. Um, so, here it is. This is... Man, go down. So, when you first bump into Aerith, she talks to you, which is normal, and they do the whole back and forth that's pretty similar to what I remember from the original. And but then she starts swatting at things that you can barely make out, like wispy smoke around her, and that is not like the original. And or if it is, oh, are you kidding me? Really? So you only ran around there because I was repairing? But you're not running around there now that I'm done repairing? Um, and so then when she touches your main character, Cloud, suddenly you can see the phantoms that are going around her. And I don't remember the phantoms. I kind of vaguely remember phantoms flying around, but not. Who knows if it was that game? I've played so many games. I don't remember at this point. And I am really not getting through this school. I don't. They're not dying very easily. Does this give me a boost to? Oh, run speed, stamina regen. I mean that's all right, but that's not. I thought maybe. Okay, where did you come from? Come on, he didn't even make a punching motion and he hit me? Um, so, so yeah, I don't know what the phantom thing is. And then there's like this whole thing that's like totally different. And this whole new section to the game where they greatly expanded the slums district that you first go to, and then um, the like you go and you do all these missions in the slum, and that definitely was not in the game before. And like you get an apartment that's not in the game before, and there's just a lot of new stuff. Like I know, I know you went into Avalanche's hideout before the mission, and I still haven't been in Avalanche's hideout. Uh, I mean, I've seen people come up out of the hideout, and I know you went into the hideout, and that is not there at all so far. I'm not saying I don't eventually make it in there, but I have not made it in there yet, and because they plan out the whole attack on the second reactor from there, and we're on our way to the second, or well, I've actually blown up the second reactor at this point, and so it's quite a bit different from once you leave the reactor to the point I'm at, and then, um, oh, these guys are bad news. Yeah, I feel weak because this guy's about to kill me. Dang it. I was hoping I'd get him down before he got me. That didn't happen. Ugh, I need some better weapons. That's what I need here. Whew. Need some more points in my strength, some more points into... Lots of more points. That's what I need, is lots of more points. Alright, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go home, and I'm going to make a bicycle. Let me make sure. Let me make sure if I buy Grease Monkey... I can't even buy Grease Monkey. It requires intellect level 2. So the best I could do is get Dullard, which does give you greater headshot damage. Dang it. Because I could just put my points into... what's that even under? Strength, that's weird. Because I could get Bachelor, bacon and eggs, boiled and grilled meat, baked potatoes, cornbread, teas and coffee. I mean, ugh, this is just an awful choice. Awful choices. I can't make a bicycle even if I went home. So I guess I'm gonna continue in here, getting killed over and over again because I'm terrible at this game. So um, yeah, so it was quite a bit different. And then you hook up with Eris, which is where I'm at, or Aerith. It was Eris when I played it originally. Aerith, she you do this stuff with her after you fall from the reactor. So I've made it that far. And I remember that happening, and I remember going around with Aerith at her church. And then she leads you back to Sector 7. And dang it. Jeez. I wish I'd have brought some bullets. What have I got for... I mean, maybe I make a new club? Am I still making a level 1 club? It is. It's just still level 1 club. Maybe I need a club to fight this guy with? I got points into punching though, not into clubbing. And so there's like this whole weird stuff with the phantoms. It's bizarre. How different it is, and like there's a whole section where you go to help set up for the. Oh dang it! That was the first time I failed that jump. Where you go and help set up for the reactor attack, and it's just what's going on in the game is just so different from the original that I'm like, why did they call this a remake? It's like a whole new story. But yeah, it's pretty good. I really like it. Uh, I I don't know that I necessarily like the new combat system better than the old one, but okay, I definitely feel like I'm doing worse against this dude now. Let's punch him in the legs a little bit to try and slow him down. It didn't work. It didn't work. I can't kill this guy. I can't kill this guy. It's too powerful for me. I'm gonna have to go home, get some bullets, get a gun. I got a gun on me, I guess, but all right. We won't search the school anymore. But yeah, it's pretty cool. And then I guess real quick, just to finish up here, other thing I played this weekend was the new Avengers Marvel Square Enix game. Um, I've already I pre-ordered it before I played it, and it's not exactly what I was expecting. And um, it seems like it's going to be it's an RPG-ish action game where you play superheroes. I thought you were going to get to make your own, but that does not appear to be the case in the beta. And um, the storyline seems interesting. Um, I it's I am playing a beta version, so maybe the full version will be different. But I do have to say that right now, what I played a couple of missions, and at least one of those missions felt like Destiny a little bit. You don't shoot necessarily. Like Destiny's all about gun shooting, right? Um, and this one, everybody's pretty up close, hand to hand combat kind of thing. I mean, I guess Black Widow has guns, and I don't know how far Thor's hammer can be thrown because I only got to use him on a bridge. But it does seem more like a close up kind of combat game. Uh, but it was weird to get a mission to go and get a piece for Jarvis, um, who needed a antenna thing so that he could reconnect to the outside world. And basically, someone attacked San Francisco and I guess created the Inhumans. Um, and so uh, and so the Avengers got blamed and disbanded for it, and so they're just gone, and then they skip you from the tutorial to a later mission, at least in the beta that I played, where the Miss Marvel character uh, had found Bruce Banner, and so her and the Hulk are working together to try and find the rest of the Avengers. I don't know what's happening that they need the Avengers, but they are searching for the Avengers, and you have to fix Jarvis so he can find Tony, and so it was a little weird to me um, because of the up close combat nature of the game for the entire level leading up to the base that you fight your way through to get Jarvis's piece. Like the entire level was basically empty of bad guys. And I don't know if that's intended, but it was very empty. I basically walked or ran and jumped the entire way to the um, base, and I think I only had one combat along the way, and so I would have expected there to be, it's supposed to be an aim facility now. I would have expected there to be more going on, but there was definitely little to nothing going on in the level. And I was surprised by that. It was very empty. Like I said, it was a little more like Destiny. If you ever played Destiny, not that Destiny's empty, but they have these big open world areas between levels. And also they auto matched me with somebody for my very first mission, and I was like, "Yep, nope, canceling all of that. I don't need somebody seeing how dumb I am trying to figure out this game." So you can turn that off. So I did turn off auto matching. Um, but yeah, it was all right. I Miss Marvel's not my first choice of character that I want to play. Um, only because she's a stretchy people, and I am not a fan of stretchy heroes. I find them to be too cartoony, and a lot of times they make dumb jokes. And so, finding out that my one non-Avengers character is a stretchy hero was a little off-putting. But I mean, it's not a deal breaker. She plays fine. It's just that I don't know. It's not necessarily what I would have picked for my main in like maybe the well no, because she's voiced. She's got a voice. She's definitely the main character in the story from what I've played. And so she definitely is not just a character. I mean, she's a character you can play because you could play. I could be playing as the Hulk instead, right? Because it was mostly her and the Hulk for a lot of it, and so I definitely could do that instead. But stretchy, man, not a deal breaker. I'm not canceling my order. Just kind of lowers my expectation for the game. Uh, I would like to play like Winter Soldier, right? He's more my style of superhero, I guess, or something along those lines. Make your own character would have been really cool. And I don't know if that's gonna be. I don't know if that's gonna be. It'd be weird if it is because I mean, she's kind of, you know, actual voice actor voicing her, or voice actress, I guess. I don't know. I think it's dumb that there's two different terms for actor and actress. Uh, I tend to just call everybody an actor. But yeah. All right. Well, with that, well, let's check out this box, I guess, first. Whoa! Did you see that guy get up over there? I don't like that. And then we'll call it after I get to this box. It's also day 7 apparently. That's not good. I lost my bag so many times that I am nowhere near ready for this. Are you in a ravine on the other side of this mountain? What's going on here? Uh, but yeah, the combat's pretty cool. I like the so you get to play with several of the Avengers, and through the tutorial they have you switch. So you get to play each one of them. You play a little bit of Thor, which is pretty cool. I didn't understand the controls, but playing with Thor, um, I like how he can throw his hammer and then fight a bit and then call it back. And I know like there's light and heavy attacks, and so the game comes up the first time you're introduced to a shielded bad guy. They have a shield in front of them, and it's like use your use your heavy attack to break down their shields. Well, I'd already thrown my hammer and then moved so that the hammer was between, or so the bad guys were between me and the hammer, and just summoned the hammer back and smashed them from behind. I'm like, okay, you use the heavy attack to get past the shields. I'm just going to use Thor's trick to do it. So that was fun. Um, I didn't. I feel like there was probably more to Tony that I didn't quite get to play with because I really didn't do much more than I don't think there's any mods on this, so because I didn't really get to do much with him other than shoot a little bit, and like I said, most of the game is played with the Hulk. Black Widow was fun with her ability to go invisible and stuff. Although it made the boss fight, because there's a little boss fight at the end of the tutorial, super difficult because she plays so different from the other ones. Because she's like, you switch from the Hulk, right? He's taking bullets and smashing things and blowing up cars and stuff, and then you switch to Black Widow, and they're like, "Oh, don't get touched. This is how she dodges." And I'm like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! Now I've got to completely change smashing into things to dodging. That's a different style altogether." And Captain America was pretty good. I like being able to throw his shield, and then they charge up their abilities. They get like 3 abilities each, so it's a little bit like Guild Wars. Honestly, plays a little bit like Guild Wars, uh, and except it's more actiony, I guess. Guild Wars is kind of actiony, but it reminds me of that, or like uh, I don't know. I'm gonna go with Guild Wars maybe, or Guild Wars. I think is a little more MMO feel to it than this does, but yeah, it's fun. I just like I said, stretchy is not my preferred superhero style. You know what I'm talking about, like Plastic Man or um, Reed Richards, Reed Richards. It's Reed Richards, right? And from the Fantastic Four, they're stretchy and like, ooh, look, I can make my hand big, or which is one of her powers. And I'm like, okay, couldn't I get somebody cool? Stretchy's never. Couldn't I like shoot ice beams, or blades come out of my hand, maybe teleport? Oh no, when did that happen? You could warn me before I try to punch somebody in the face. Uh, please don't punch me in the back. And some nice Nightcrawler action would be my style. Fast and dodging and teleporting would be sweet. But no, you got like like they okay, this has gone on too long, but Hulk has a thing where he can shield damage by taking points to his gamma power instead of his willpower. And so when you do that, he does more damage, and the damage he takes doesn't affect his hit points, his willpower. And so that's cool. And then her Miss Marvel's thing, when you do the same superpower, hers is she gets bigger, she stretches bigger, and her attacks do more damage, and she her body bends around attacks. And I'm like, yep, this is just exactly what I expect from a cartoon. Give me Winter Soldier in here, man. Winter Soldier is like my favorite Avenger character, I think. And no Hawkeye. I haven't got to play Hawkeye yet, I guess. But also fun is it's the voice actors from the cartoons. So if you've seen any of the cartoons, a lot of them are the same voice actors from that. And I know I'm a fan of Critical Role, so it was fun to hear them, the voice actors from that, who are like Thor is voiced by Travis Willingham, and Black Widow is Laura Bailey, as they are in the cartoons. So that was fun. But all right, with that, be better than the small things, lean to the light, and I will talk to you later.